Good morning and happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to Fuel for Success. This is the 244th episode of the top rated show in Hastings, Minnesota. So, welcome, everyone. And are you ready to get your health and fitness on? Because today, just like every Tuesday going forward, we're going to be talking about health and fitness. Got some exciting topics. Glad to see everybody that's live here. If you have questions about health and fitness, by all means, ask them in the chat box. Text us 727-341-5599. We'll get to them as quickly as we can. How are you on this fabulous Tuesday morning, my friend?
Man, I'm doing well, buddy. Looking forward to today's show. This is one of our favorites. Every Tuesday, we get to talk about health and weight loss. And, it's a motivation show. That's what it is. Fuel for Success is exactly what it is. It's fuel for success.
Right.
We want to focus on three areas of people's lives. Number one is their health. Number two, on Wednesdays, we talk about family and relationships. And number three, business, entrepreneurship, and finances. Have a
Right.
lot of fun with this show. We're grateful for all of our live viewers. Don't forget, live viewers over here in our chat box. You can ask questions. You can give feedback. You can, you can give ideas, anything. Chat with us. Chat with each other like you do. You do a great job. And then those that watch later on the archives, we have people that watch daily, and we're grateful for that. So, Mike,
Right.
how are you, man?
I'm good. I have not yet had my morning oatmeal, and we're going to be talking about oatmeal in just a little bit. But
Does that
I'm
bother
doing
you?
well. No, it doesn't bother
Does
me.
that bother
I
you?
did. I'm good. I'm all right.
I was
Uh,
able to sneak in my oatmeal this morning. I put coconut oil and peanut butter in it. Man, it was good. And a little sprinkle of cinnamon. Woo! Talk about delicious. That's why I love waking up in the mornings, because of my oatmeal. Gives me something to look forward to when I go to bed. And that actually helps me not eat before bed, because I know that, okay, when I wake up, I get my oatmeal.
I always put coconut oil in my oatmeal. It's a good way to get coconut oil. There's a lot of benefits to that. We're not probably going to cover that today. We are going to talk about oatmeal. Let me ask you this real quick because Candace asked right out of the gate. A lot of times I'll take Sunday as a cheat day, and I think you do the same thing. And I actually hate the word cheat day. I think we should come up with a better word. But basically,
Let's come up with the word American Day. Because just do the American lifestyle on Sundays, How's that?
American Day. Hey, don't be
No,
sorry, Candace. We've all called it cheat days. That's just sort of the verbiage we use. But I'm like, because she says, hey, how do you feel about cheat days? I always feel guilty. Should I limit these to once a month? And maybe we feel guilty because we call it a cheat day. But what are your thoughts on that, Matt?
Candace, first of all, I'm with Mike. We refer to it as a cheat day on My Health 90 with all of our clients. So be encouraged. You're not in trouble. We're not going to boot you off the show this morning. Here's how I feel. Whether we call it a cheat day or a reward day or a day off or a leisure day or a splurge day. There's the right word. We finally found it. How about let's call it a splurge day, okay? So from this day forward, don't refer to it as a cheat day, Candace. That is your splurge day. Now let me give you two schools of thought. I personally take a splurge day once a week. Because no matter how healthy I am, juicing, salads, fish, water, green tea, there's still a normal side of me that loves a good cheeseburger or a good pizza, or some Mexican food. So having said that, I'm not going to eat that every day. I'm not even going to eat that more than one day a week. I love a good cupcake. Love cupcakes with a passion. But so that would be my splurge day. And I'm not going to call anybody out on this show for,
Making triple
cupcakes.
vanilla cupcakes on Sunday.
If there wants to be confession, we can go there. But Candace, let me encourage you. No, you should not feel guilty at all. Especially if you live a healthy lifestyle. You should actually feel good. It should be the opposite. Now, Do I feel nasty when I get done eating a cheeseburger and fries? Oh yeah, because my body's so used to health. Did I enjoy every bite of it? You betcha. Do I feel guilty? No. Because I know that, you know what? No big deal. I'm going to be right back on my normal health flow. This is so why My Health 90 is so important, because we show people how to take healthy living and make it a lifestyle. And when it becomes a lifestyle and you get one splurge day a week, no big deal. Mike, let's change it on our My Health 90. Everything moves to splurge day now. We're eliminating cheat day.
I like that.
Yeah. Ah, who's here? Is that Hannah?
Savannah.
Savannah.
Savannah wanted to come in and say hi.
Hi, Savannah. Good morning.
Can you say hi to Matt?
She's a cute little thing.
Yeah, I think she just got up. You want to go see Carol? Yeah.
Good morning, sugar. She's a
You can chill with me for a minute. Hey, I actually like the word American Day, and Marcelo said, what about Canadians? And I think we should call it American Day, especially for our Canadian friends. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey,
So,
no offense, some Canadians, they can do some eating, bro. We've hung with them. I probably
Yeah.
have more cheat days among the Canadians than I ever had among the Americans, so we can't go too easy on them. Good job, Marcella, putting out on Facebook, trying to get us up to Vancouver. I love your passion for it. And anyway, so having said that, Candace, you go with what you feel. If once a month is what you want to do as a lifestyle, do it. But whatever you do, don't do it out of guilt, or don't do it out of like, in other words, you go with how you feel in your body and your own momentum. I know people, Mike, that can't have a splurge day because they get off track. So there's actually some people that literally, but my caution to that is, and this is why there's so much of this in the world of dieting, because the reality is, Mike, cake is good. Cheeseburgers are good. Pizza is good, and the list goes on. A good old sandwich. I don't eat a lot of sandwiches, but I love a good sandwich.
yeah, it's about balance, and one of the things that we teach in My Health 90, and that really is a good overall perspective, is that you need to really listen to your body and figure out what works for you, and there's no exact perfect formula. And some people, like you said, can't really handle a splurge day once a week, and other people it's a good balance, and maybe for Candace, once a month is a better balance. So.
There's no set rule to it, is what he's saying.
Yeah. Well, we both do once a week, and I think that's a good place to start. And you can start there and sort of adjust and figure out, listen to your body, figure it out, pay attention, and that's why like journaling and some other habits are a good thing to develop, so that you can look back and have good perspective on what's actually happening with your body.
Well, I said cheeseburgers and pizza, but dude, I love pasta. I love I hate red meat because of what it does to your body. So when I say cheeseburger, I could go 6 months without eating one. That's no joke. Rarely do I ever actually eat a cheeseburger on my splurge day. But I do love some pasta every once in a while. I promise you, in 2014, I probably ate no more than 3 steaks. But for those steak lovers out there, you don't need to be eating steak more than once a week. It's bad for your heart.
I don't know.
Red meat is really bad for you. So that would be what you would do on your splurge days. You would have the things that you actually love, but are really bad for you. You know what I mean? That's my advice.
Good. And I know do you eat oatmeal every morning?
Mike, you know what's funny? I actually do eat oatmeal every morning. I would say probably, I'd say out of the 7 days a week, I'm going in at least 5. I've become a daily oatmeal eater. Now I do it without even thinking about it, Mike.
Right.
And I've made it so many different ways. And in my book, Just Juice It, I actually give like 10 different recipes. You can have fun with oatmeal. There's some healthy ways to eat oatmeal without putting brown sugar in it, or even worse, sugar. I mean,
well, there's not much difference between white refined sugar and brown sugar, but
I know
both are bad for you. Hey,
yeah.
So why is oatmeal healthy?
Mike, oatmeal is healthy for many reasons. Number one, it contains fiber, which fiber, as you know, is extremely good for your body. Number two is, believe it or not, people that eat oatmeal, you'll find that a lot of healthy people eat oatmeal. One of the reasons is oatmeal actually helps you eat less throughout the day. There's something about it. It helps keep your cholesterol low. It also helps you reduce the risk of colon cancer. It's a proven fact that people that eat oatmeal on a regular basis are at extreme lower risk of getting something like colon cancer, which has become very common in people. Also, it reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes, helps lower blood pressure, contains a lot of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants. And those reasons alone, Mike, are really good reasons for people to eat oatmeal in the mornings. It's a good, healthy breakfast. And you know what? People talk about eating healthy is expensive. I mean, oatmeal is one of the least expensive things that you can buy.
It's true.
So, again, eating healthy, this is expensive, is one of the biggest myths. People just need to learn how to find healthy things that they like. And I've actually, Mike, found that I spend less money when I eat healthy as a lifestyle. But that's a whole nother subject. What about you, Mike? Why do you eat oatmeal? I know you're really big into it as well.
Yeah, I eat oatmeal every morning, and first of all, I like it, so that helps. But it is healthy. It's one of the most healthy breakfast alternatives there are. And actually, sometimes I'll even eat oatmeal for a snack later in the day because I like it so much. But I'm just a straight up plain oatmeal and a little bit of coconut oil in it, and once in a while maybe some raisins or something of that nature, just a little bit. But just to be clear, for everybody that's watching or listening, when we're talking about oatmeal, do not go to the grocery store and buy those boxes of instant oatmeal packet envelopes and make that stuff. No, that's not what we're talking about.
I could send you a Starbucks gift card just for remembering to mention that. You know what, my friend? You be looking in the mail. Because here's the deal. That stuff is processed. It's loaded with sugar. I mean, it is so ridiculously bad for you. And a lot of parents will do that for their kids to make them like oatmeal more. Look, you're better off buying some organic jelly and putting a small teaspoon of organic jelly in there and stirring it up, maybe a little bit of peanut butter, than buying that stuff. Mike, I do steel cut oatmeal myself. There's 3 different kinds, of oatmeal, types. For me, I like the steel cut oats. It contains the whole grain. From my studies, it's the healthiest version of all oatmeals. So, and again, all 3 are good. The regular oatmeal, the old-fashioned oatmeal, and then the steel cuts. But, Mike, I'm with you, dude. No box oatmeal at all.
No. You can buy, like, the best organic, like, Quick Oats, and it's still ridiculously cheap. I eat Quick Oats just because it's convenient and easy for me. You just add a little bit of hot water, and it's instantly ready. You don't have to cook it. I don't, microwave things. I microwave things as little as possible. So for me, you can either run it through a Keurig. Nowadays, I actually just put it in a teapot. It just takes a few minutes to heat up some water, pour it in the bowl, and it's ready. And it's that simple. So, and I'm a little bit of raw honey, maybe some organic agave if you really need some sweetener in it. I don't do dairy, so I don't put milk in it. If you need to do, you can do almond milk or whatever. But I don't. Again, for me, it's oats, water, coconut oil. That's it every day. And but I eat everything. You know that.
Yeah, I've literally been in a restaurant with Mike. Him open it up, close his eyes, and point and tell the waitress whatever that is right there, and ate it. I'm like, dude, I couldn't do that. I admired it, but I love all the feedback over here.
There's actually only 2 things that I don't like. Can you guess what they are? I'll eat them, but if they're at a table, I'd prefer not to eat them.
Black olives.
No, I like black olives.
And anchovies.
Nope. I'm not crazy about teriyaki chicken and something about it and creamed corn. That's all.
Yeah, for sure no cream corn for me. But I got a list of probably 50 things I don't like. I tend to be a picky eater, but here we
I
go,
mean,
Mike.
I'll eat it. Anyway,
Yeah.
hey,
Dive into some other questions.
real quick, you had mentioned sandwiches, and I know you like Ezekiel bread. Wonderful stuff. Any sprouted grain bread is very good for you. But in America today, people think bread and they think white bread. What? Go ahead and light up white bread for us. What's wrong with white bread? Why should we avoid it?
Look, the three deadly sins of food are all white. White flour, sugar, and salt. So those are the three things that you need to avoid, like you avoid poison. Like, you know how you would like literally scream at your kid? You ready for this? You know, if your kid goes and grabs the cleaning supplies and goes to drink it and you're like, no! And then you like sternly say, don't ever do that. That stuff will kill you. Well, that's what I want to do to you that are eating white bread. I want to do exactly what you would do to your kid that goes and drinks the glass cleaning stuff or the mop cleaning stuff or whatever, the bleach.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
you might as well drink bleach if you're going to eat white bread. It's white bread. Listen, it's not just a joke. It is extremely unhealthy for you. Number one, it's a high glycemic index. It really spikes the blood sugar and insulin levels. It increases risk of weight gain in a huge, probably, Mike, one of the number one. If I had to name the top three causes of weight gain, white bread would be up there.
Yeah.
A massive increase of heart attack and diabetes for those that eat white bread on a daily basis. Low in fiber, high in gluten, high in fructose corn syrup. I mean, Mike, there's no nutrients in white bread whatsoever. I mean, even looking at it makes me sick. I probably haven't, like, white bread is so bad for you that white flour in general, that's why, like, even me as a pizza eater, I've actually started finding places that don't use white flour in even making pizza. And a lot of times when I do want pizza, I'll go to Whole Foods and get it because they make it a whole lot healthier. That's like how much against white flour I've become. So yes, Mike, it's so bad for you. It's poisonous. It's bad for your heart. It's bad for your body. It literally puts you at risk of cancer, diabetes, heart disease. It really does. Like, Mike,
Yeah.
this stuff we're like, oh, whatever. You're like, because what we do is we eat a sandwich and we're thinking, well, surely this isn't going to give me a heart attack. Come on. We don't realize this is where it comes back to the stuff we do on a daily basis over a period of time, how much it damages our body. So no, if you go eat a sandwich today and it's got white bread, no, you're not going to have a heart attack. You're not going to get cancer. You're not going to all of a sudden get diabetes. But this lifestyle since we were children of eating all the white flour and the white breads, yes. The number one cause of heart disease the number one cause of death in America was heart disease. Well, there's reasons so many people are dying of heart attacks. One of these reasons are the things that we're eating in white bread for sure, because of the amount of sugar in
Right.
white bread. And of course, Mike, sugar literally literally kills people. So that's my take on it. What about you?
Well, I think, white bread is mostly sugar. And if you think of it this way, I mean, you look at it, let's say you pull a Twinkie out of the box, right? In the cellophane wrapper, the Twinkie, it's all sticky and filled with that nasty white stuff. And then you look at that and I mean, everybody inherently knows that Twinkie is bad for you, right? Well, I'm telling you that if you take a Twinkie and you take a slice of white bread, like from a dietary standpoint, from a sugar standpoint, from a nutrient standpoint, there's no difference. Okay, so are you going to take two Twinkies and put a piece of ham between them and eat a ham sandwich, and eat that for a lifestyle? They're equivalent basically. So I don't see you got to retrain your mind to look at white bread and say this is a loaf of Twinkies. I shouldn't eat that. That's going to be bad for me. That's my take on it.
Mike, that's actually really good. I read something one day that says the whiter the bread, the sooner you'll be dead. So, friends, trust me, there are other alternatives. I've had a few people mention Ezekiel bread. Mike talked about it earlier. It's what I use. It's a whole grain It's got a lot of nutrients, a lot of health benefits to it. We'll talk about Ezekiel bread on another show. And in My Health 90, Mike, we just gave our members a top 5 list for everything. Top 5 like protein, top 5 vegetables, top 5 breads, top 5 grains. And, we gave them the healthy choices to choose rather than, Mike, even wheat bread. People are like, okay, you know what? I'll get wheat bread. No. Yeah, it might be a little bit better than white bread, but it's still not healthy.
Yeah, well, it depends. There's like wheat bread, and then there's like wheat bread. There's like whole grain.
Well, true wheat bread, of course, yeah.
There's a big spectrum of. I mean, if you go get the $1.29 a loaf like house brand honey wheat bread or whatever, it's sort of just like brown white bread is what it is.
Mike, can I just throw this little tip out there? As a dad, one of the number one things I've trained my son to do, and he does it literally every little thing he eats, is look at the ingredients. That's it. Seriously, if you'll learn to start reading the ingredients on stuff, you will think twice about buying it and eating it. You'll start to notice anything that has high fructose corn syrup, immediately out. And, even stuff that's got sugar. I mean, try to stay away from stuff that's got sugar, high fructose corn syrup, high in sodium, high in carbs. Talk about weight gain. I love this, what Maria said. Her mom ate 4 to 6 pieces of white bread a day. She stopped and lost 20 pounds. And, of course, felt a whole lot better. So anyway, Mike, that's good stuff there. There was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember. It'll come back to me, but I'm sure we've had some other questions come in, so we'll take the last 10 minutes and talk about that.
Real quick, Britain's asking.
Because people have asked, and I'm going to deal with this today in our video. We do a daily video to our members of My Health 90. So see, guys, you need to join it. It's easy. You get a daily video, and it's not just, rah, 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 you need to lose weight, you can do this. It's not a Richard Simmons video. It's content.
Not even close.
Coaching. People tell me that we've become the Richard Simmons of Pentecost, Mike, but here's the deal. It's coaching. Like today, we encourage people to eat turkey wraps, but not the white flour turkey wraps. We're going to talk about the healthy types of, even when I make turkey tacos, I don't use white flour. You know what I mean? So we'll talk about that in our video today, of course. But,
yeah,
we're here. Even if you never joined My Health 90, Mike and I are here every Tuesday for 30 minutes. But believe you me, if you love this show is like the fair, and My Health 90 is like Disney World. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you're going to have fun here, and you're going to love here. But My Health 90 is like Disney World, baby. It's the Disney World of health.
That's right. Hey, Britain's asking an interesting question, and she's trying to switch from white bread. Her kids don't like any other bread. Any suggestions for her?
Look at them and sternly say, eat it. No, I'm just kidding. My son had a hard time with this transition as well, Britain. Stick to the juicing, because believe it or not, I tell people all the time, stay patient with the process. Regular juicing, drinking water, eating clean, sooner or later your body will begin to reject stuff that's bad for you. And then, of course, just little bit at a time, start making the subtle changes. And what I did a lot of times with Caleb is I wouldn't tell him. I would toast it different. I would toast Ezekiel bread, and, I would do it with let's say I made him like a turkey sandwich or whatever and use Ezekiel bread. I would either toast it to make a grilled cheese with healthy cheese, of course. And many times when I would sneak in, like the first time I ever made him turkey burgers, I didn't tell him it was a turkey burger. He's like, this is the best hamburger I've ever had. He's like, I want more. And I was like, yes. So a lot of times I'm subtle in the changes, Britain, and sometimes you just got to explain to your kids, okay, here's poison, here's white bread. They're almost the same. They pretty much are the same. So even though it might, quote unquote, taste good, it's so bad for you, you don't want to eat this. So let's look at some other choice. With Caleb, I would say, okay, here's 5 options. I want you to try all 5. So I would try different types of tortillas, different types of breads, until I found one that he liked. And even then, because, I only get him, half the time, so, his body's still like adjusting to healthy living.
Well, the other thing, remember that you don't want a whole lot of bread in your diet, anyways. So, if bread is a staple or something, then you probably want to reevaluate that, anyways. And oftentimes, just having
Your mic cut out. And you can hear me say yes. Oh, he did. Okay, he'll be back. Um, yeah. So to answer your question real quick before we get into our next question, Marie, yes. I mean, you can sign up. It goes all year. It's not just a 3-month thing. We're doing this, all throughout the year. So people that sign up today start Monday. If someone's signed up next Wednesday, it starts every Monday. A new cycle starts every Monday. So your first 90 days starts on Monday whenever you sign up. So absolutely. Yeah, Candace, you're right. Turkey burgers are amazing. Let me pull up because Mike always sends me the questions that have come in. So to answer your question, Candace, stevia is obviously the best choice of anything sweet that you need. I would still do that in moderation. I even do agave in moderation. I do honey in moderation. I just don't ever do sugar. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, welcome back, Mike. Glad to have you on our show today, my friend.
It's awesome to be here. Really is.
Thanks for kicking me off.
What's that?
I'm just messing with you. Brett and I disappeared because Mike and I have this OCDness where we got to always be on the right side. We're so routine driven that I can't even do the show on that side, and he can't do the show on this side. You feel me? You feel me there, Britt?
And when he says we have OCD,
good job, Candace. I might a little, but I don't know if it's OCD or if it's just
process. Like keep the process.
Labels. I don't like labels. Like I would never tell a kid they're ADHD, not even in joking. I don't like labels. And of course, you and I have fun, and I don't mind that, but I don't label people unless, Mike and I tease here with each other, but I would never tell my son, oh, a lot of parents do, they believe it or not, they put labels on people, and that's actually bad to do to kids. So you ready for this, Mike? Candace, by the way, doing stevia every day, again, it's all about moderation. Why don't you try doing it every other day and see how it works? Why don't you try only the even days of the month? You're only allowed stevia Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Start doing little things like that. You know what I mean? So that way your body doesn't become dependent on it, and you can prove to your body, hey, I can go without this. Because I'm all about moderation and everything. You know what I mean? So I'm going to put a challenge out to you, Candace, from now until the end of February. You're only allowed to do stevia on the even days of the month. So all the odd days, 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 11th, all those days, no stevia for you. Aren't you glad you go join the show today?
That's right. You've got work to do now. Hey, here's a question that came in. I think we got everybody's question that asked on the show live here. Some people have asked about juicing later at night. And can you speak to that? Is it okay to juice late at night? How late is too late? Any thoughts you have on that?
Good question, Mike. It's a real good question. As a general rule for me, okay, for me, I try not to eat or juice anything 3 hours before I sleep. If I do, it's extremely small. I just try not to. I try to set that as kind of a lifestyle for me. 2 to 3 hours before I know I'm going to sleep, I try not to eat or juice anything. If I'm going to juice later at night, Mike, I don't put as much fruit, if any, because obviously fruit is a natural sugar. And, listen, nobody panic, because we're going to talk more about juicing next week, Mike, because I want to give some answers to people that are afraid of getting diabetes by juicing fruits. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But we'll talk about that later. But so having said that, Mike, let's say I was going to juice later at night. If I was going to go to bed at 11, my last juice would probably be 7 or 8. And it would be like a probably a spinach tomato, or not, maybe not a tomato, maybe like a straight up spinach sometimes, straight up just spinach and a beet, and it would just be a suck it up juice. I probably wouldn't do a lot of fruits, meat, later at night, and I wouldn't advise someone to do fruit juicing late at night. So there's no you know, obviously it's the healthier choice if you're like battling between if you're like having this like hunger pain and it's either a juice or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, then yes, please juice. But yeah, I would say avoid it 2 to 3 hours before bed. That's me, Mike. What about you? Got a different take or additional
No, not
comments?
at all. I agree with that, and of course your body needs one of the reasons we sleep is that it's a fast period, and your body needs fasting periods to be able to detox itself and reduce inflammation and all of those issues. So, and that's why Matt says he doesn't eat or juice within 3 hours of bedtime. So it really gives your body that head start, so it can digest everything, and really your body then can focus on detoxing overnight. And that's one of the primary reasons. I don't personally juice like right before I go to bed or within a couple hours because I don't need that extra energy at that point of the day, right? So when I go to sleep, when you have a limited amount of time to sleep, you want to like get to bed, sleep, wake up, take care of the sleeping in the time period that's allotted. And so I don't want to lay there for an hour because I'm jacked up on energy, because when I juice, it gives me energy, and that's just the way that it is.
Yeah, same, and I'm with you, Mike. It does. And Sanya said that her 3-year-old wants a smoothie in the evenings, banana and strawberry. Okay with that as long as it's not too late, Sanya. Try to keep it a good 3 hours before your kids going to bed. Because again, remember, you're training them good lifestyle habits, even young. Bible says train up a child. So healthy living for kids start when they're 3. They start to learn these habits while they're as young as possible. So it makes their adult life a whole lot easier. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Hey,
saying?
Britton's asking.
You know what? Brent, go ahead, Mike. I was going to answer that. You got want to answer
No,
it first?
actually, I'm going to read the question. She's asking about juicing around workout time. Is it better to juice before or after the workout?
You know, Either or, both. I mean, here's how I do it. I believe from the studies that I've studied, and I've seen every opinion there is. But so you start to learn your body. But, Britton, I usually try to juice on an empty stomach. 30 minutes before a meal, I'll do a juice. I'll do maybe a juice before I eat my oatmeal, 30 minutes, or try to do 30 minutes before a workout. But, a lot of times you're better off doing your juicing after your workout, believe it or not, because if you're doing cardio, it's actually good to do your cardio on an empty stomach. If you're talking about weightlifting. So if I was going to do cardio, I try to do cardio on an empty stomach myself, and then juice afterwards. So it depends on the type of workout you're doing. But yeah, definitely always want to juice after a workout. Mike, your
I
take?
do it after for practical reasons. I don't like my workout interrupted by having to run to the restroom or anything like that. So
You can't get any more practical than that, folks. It's about as practical as you can get. And that's good stuff, and you're right, Mike. But see, yeah, there's the answer right there, Britton. That's our answer. Well, Mike, this was a great show today, and I appreciate so much the live viewers. I appreciate all the feedback. I appreciate the comments. And don't forget, guys, listen, the number one request that we have for Fuel for Success is that you tell your family and friends about it. Because this is literally like a daily seminar. It's 30 minutes of just coaching and motivating and helping people and giving, Mike and I don't have all the answers, and again, anything that we give about health, you should always consult with your doctor. But for us, we're giving motivation and coaching when it comes to health based on stuff that we've learned and research that we've done. So obviously do your own research every time and know that we're just here to motivate and inspire. But yeah, do spread the word about Fuel for Success. We want millions of people to know about this show so we can help millions of people. So keep putting it out on your Facebook. Please, it's so easy. All you got to do is copy the link and paste it in a text, and you can actually text it. If you know if your Aunt Susie can benefit from this show, hi Aunt Susie, good to meet you. But if you can benefit from this show, send it to her. Send it to your mom. Have your kids watch it. Send it to your coworkers. Yeah, have your pastor put it up on the big screen at church. Like, really spread the word. And of course, if you miss a show, it's not the end of the world, because every show is archived at fuelforsuccess.tv, or you can go to iTunes and subscribe to our podcast free. And every single day, it'll just show up on your phone and your iPod. Right. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, Mike and I are on our knees right now asking you, subscribe to our YouTube channel. What are you going to say, Mike?
That was it, actually. Subscribe now. Do it.
Oh, I thought you were about to sing. I thought you were about to sing as a way of motivating people to subscribe to our stuff.
That would have the opposite effect. So we won't go there. Dude,
hey guys, it was a great show. Like, hurry up, guys. You guys think Mike just disappears sometimes. Me and Mike have a way of kind of ejecting each other if we ever need to save each other from something. But usually we don't.
That's right.
Hey, Mike, enjoy being with you today, my friend, and then all of our other friends. God bless you. We love you all. Enjoy your day.
See y'all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. 9:30 EST, baby.